So here is how to make the lion made by Unamuno, or probably made by him. He was a Spanish philosopher who loved paper folding. And this little drawing is on one of the sheets which shows others of his models, so he doesn't mention it specifically. I put out the steps here, so if you do know some origami, you'll be able to follow these through and make it without going through the rest of the instructions. So you begin with a bird base and you stretch it along the top. So the top will actually pop down, and you'll find you'll have two long legs at one side and two short legs in the middle. And the two short legs are used to make the legs, the front legs of the lion, and the long legs will be used to make the head and the rest of the body and the tail. So they're the short legs. We squash it flat. That's a stretched bird base. The short legs you fold in a rabbit's ear to the left and to the right, and then you squash the middle so it makes a point lying along the model. And now you do the same. On top of that, you do another rabbit's ear. Fold it down at right angles to the longest part of the model, and then back up, and then fold it in half, and you'll find you've made a nice thin leg. You can make the leg thicker if you want and put feet on, but that's just the basic step for making the leg. And now when you've done that, you'll see there is a crease on the model itself, just above the legs. It runs diagonally to about halfway down the back. Here we are. That's it. Now fold over that, the bottom half of the model. So if you just turn the paper over that, and now you do a back and forth reverse folds, and leave some out for the knee, and then leave some for the tail, and that should be just about where you want to be. You can squash the rest of the body down to make a kind of shape that will hold itself ready for the head. Now the head is nice. It's used in many different origami models, sometimes for birds or for dogs, but you reverse that fold back and then do a kind of up and down, a zigzag fold. But before you do that, you have to push up the very center crease. You're opening it out and pull down the two sides. So you're pulling down the two sides. Now this is where you push back, and you'll find the head or the mane of the lion forms really nicely. And that should be just about the mane. And now you roll back the very point there, roll it back, and now you're going to do a zigzag to make a place for the eyes of the lion. So fold back and then forward. Now you're going to have to open this out again and do a couple of sink folds, and that will put the lion with a nice head and a nose looking quite good. I would suggest you fold this several times and try different angles and all these things, because it is not a precise way of folding. But here's a little lion for you, which I quite like. And here's a larger version of the same one. And I'll show you now the picture of where it started, and you'll see it's getting there. It's not exactly what was drawn, but that is obviously schematic anyway, because that can't be made in origami. So I thank you, especially Juan Gimeno, who started me on this trek, and I'll do another video soon of the pig.